Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph, and this, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. We got the Atlanta Braves taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight as the Philadelphia Phillies look to try to inch their way closer to Atlanta. So we'll just be watching, of course. And we are in the bottom of the first. We're about ready to go to the bottom of the first, I should say. Here's what has happened so far in this game. So the Dodgers came on up to bat in the top of the first inning, and Ohtani struck out. Freeman also grounded that over to second. Betts walked, and Muncy also grounded that over to short. I screwed up on the thumbnail, didn't I? I put the Braves over on the left side, and I put the Dodgers on the right. That's crazy. Sorry about that, chat. Whatever. It is what it is. So anyhow, so we are ready to go to the bottom of the first inning right now. And we should be ready to get things started as Drake Baldwin will lead things off. So here is what the Braves lineup will look like for today. For Atlanta, it'll be Drake Baldwin, Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, Mauricio Dubon, Michael Harris II, Ozzie Albies, and then it's Mike Yastrzemski, Austin Riley, and also Sean Murphy, all in the lineup today for the Atlanta Braves. So again, it's Baldwin, Acuna, Olson, Dubon, Harris, Albies, Yastrzemski, Riley, and Murphy, all in the lineup today for the Atlanta Braves. And for the Dodgers, their lineup, it's Ohtani, Freeman, Betts, Muncy, Edman, Tucker, Thomas, Hernandez, that's Teoscar Hernandez, and Hunter Fiducia. So that is the lineup for today. Today, I wanted to also mention that on the mound is Roki Sasaki for the Los Angeles Dodgers. A.J. Smith-Shawver in the first inning did allow one walk. He also struck out a batter as well. And he and his team are going to come on up to the plate. All right, so here we go. Here's Drake Baldwin in the batter's box. And the first pitch is up high for a ball. Comment what your final score predictions are down below, chat, for this game tonight as we got the Dodgers taking on the Atlanta Braves. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about this game. Sasaki kicks, fires, and throws a called strike. And it's now 1-1. There we go. Good stuff. Nice. Hopefully you guys can see this. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sasaki's 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And now it's 1-2. There we go. All right, let's go. BW is right up there with JJ and a host of others. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's to Drake Baldwin. Sasaki winds up and delivers. And the pitch is outside at 99 miles per hour for ball 2. Didn't have a good first half of the season. 16 games and a 5.33 ERA. Second half has been much better. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And there's out number 1 in the bottom of the first inning. So Roki Sasaki strikes out Drake Baldwin. And 1 out in the bottom of the first. And here comes Acuna to the plate. Ronald Acuna Jr. in last night's game ended up going 1 for 4. He struck out, but he also stole a bag as well. And Acuna takes an 89-mile-per-hour pitch down the middle for strike one. Might be a little bit delayed, my friends, over on the 3D side. Nothing I can do about that. 0-1, here it is. That's inside for a ball. So please let me know what your final score prediction is down below, my friends. 99-4, says Rob Duel. That's a great prediction. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sasaki kicks, fires. The pitch is on the inside corner for strike 2. So it's a basketball and a hockey game in one. There you go. Also could be a baseball game too. Technically could also be football with the 2 2-point conversions. Or sorry, with the two safeties. There we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What's up, Rob? The 2-2 pitch, here it is. Ground ball hit over towards third. And Muncy picks it up, throws it over to first. And that is in time for out number 2. So a 5-3 on the ground out there. And it's 2 outs. Philly Bird says, I'm going to go 12-0 Braves today. Wow, the Dodgers are going to get shut out today by A.J. Smith-Shawver. That's interesting. That's a bold prediction right there, my friend. The money line for Atlanta is at plus 113. Here's the pitch. That's called a strike. Catches the outside edge. 12-0 Dodgers. Still, that's a bold prediction, too. Sasaki throwing a shutout against the Atlanta Braves. Still. The pitch, and now it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Matt Olson. The defense for tonight's game for the Dodgers, it'll be Fiducia behind the plate. On the bump, Sasaki. Over at first, it's Freeman. At second, it's Edman. And at third, it's Muncy. And at short, of course, it's Mookie Betts. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. We'll do it again. I said 12-0 just because I'd like if the Dodgers won today. No, I hear you. I hear you. But that's a bold prediction, though. And there's nothing bad with a bold prediction. I had a bold prediction today. I said Schwarber was going to go deep twice. My prediction actually was pretty close. 1-2 foul ball. I said the Phillies would win 6-2. I said Zeus would go 7 innings and strike out 9 batters and give up 1 earned run. He went 7 innings, struck out 10, and gave up just 1 hit. And the Phillies won 6-0. The 1-2 pitch to Matt Olson. Here it is, and that's a fly ball out over to right field, and that ball's off the foul pole. It's gone. A 1-0 lead for the Atlanta Braves in the bottom of the first, and Matt Olson with 37 dingers on the season. And it's a 1-0 ball game. So, Philly Birds, your final score prediction is incorrect. Two outs, bottom of the first, and a solo shot by Matty O. Darn it. What's up, Dave? Here we go. Here comes the next batter. That's Mauricio Dubon. Fouled away, back towards the screen. Olson got a pitch that was left hanging right at the knees, and he just kept it fair. It hit off the foul pole. And it's a 1-0 lead for Atlanta. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm on. Mauricio Dubon is up in the pitch. There's grounded over to third. Backhanded by Muncy. The throw over to first. Not dug out by Freeman. And there is another runner that's safe, and that gets on base. I believe that that's going to go down as a 2-out single. A 2-out infield single by Mauricio Dubon. So he's aboard. And that'll put him over at first base. Braves and Dodgers already in the bottom of the first. 1-0 lead for the Braves on a solo blast by Matty O. Michael Harris, the second, is up. The first pitch is down. Here's the throw. The second to get Dubon. It's not in time. He was running on the first pitch regardless of where it was going to be. So, 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the first, and a runner on at second. Great jump there by Dubon. I mean, he was going, and his mitts just came out of his pocket as soon as he was running. So 2 gone, runner at second, 1-0 pitch, and that's going to bounce away from the catcher, but not get too far away from Fiducia to get the runner over to third, but it was nearly a wild pitch. Maybe he had a chance there. I don't know. Probably smart that he stayed. The 2-0 pitch, here it is. Down for ball 3. Sasaki has been out of sorts today. Kyle Tucker is out in right field. Lane Thomas is in center. Or Ala Thomas, that is in center. And Teoscar Hernandez is out in left field. I forgot that Lane is on the Braves. The 3-0 pitch, here it is, and that's down for ball 4. And that's a 4-pitch walk here in the bottom of the first inning, and Michael Harris is aboard for the Atlanta Braves. And more drama going on. Already, Sasaki is just not throwing strikes. And he's had an issue with his command. Didn't throw strikes in that at-bat to Michael Harris. Salute to you all for getting the job done today. Eric, did you leave a voicemail message? I'll play it a little bit later. Salute to you, my friend. You're a good guy. 2 outs, 2 runners on, bottom of the first. And Ozzy Albies is up next. The pitch. That's down for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Ozzy Albies, who's hitting .255 this season. He's a switch hitter, 29 years old. And here's the 1-0 pitch. That catches the outside edge for a called strike. Since the Dodgers got Skubal, they've been slumping. Actually, before they even got him, they were slumping. But, yeah, hasn't really been the sharpest. 1-1 pitch. Down for ball 2. The team hasn't been the sharpest. Let me rephrase that. In Skubal's last outing, we'll actually take a look at that really quickly. Tarek did go 7 innings. He allowed 3 earned runs, and he struck out 11 batters on 5 hits. 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Roki Sasaki fires it at 96 miles per hour. 1-0 Braves on a solo blast by Matt Olson. It hit off the foul pole. Runners at first and second. It's Dubon at second and Harris over at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch to Albies, and he gets a good cut on the fastball and fouls it away. Phillies played the Braves 7 more times. They don't play the Dodgers anymore. But those 7 games against Atlanta are going to be huge for the Philadelphia Phillies. They play them 4 times at home from Friday, September 4th to Monday, September 7th. 2-2 pitch, grounded back over towards the pitcher Sasaki, and he runs over to first and flips it underhanded to get out number 3. It was chopped right over towards the mound, and Sasaki was like, I got it. And then just jogged over to first. And then underhand flipped it over to first base to get the final outs. But it's a 1-0 lead regardless for the Atlanta Braves. And they will go to the top of the second inning. So as we mentioned before, the Philadelphia Phillies played the Braves 4 times at home from September 4th to the 7th. And then they played the Braves again out in Atlanta for 3 games on September 11th, to the 13th. So those will be big games for sure. I think that Sunday's game Sunday, it says it's on ESPN Unlisted. Wonder if maybe they would put that as the game of the day. I don't know. Can't get enough JJs. Let's go! What's up, chat? It is so good to see you on here. How are you guys doing? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Leading off the top of the second inning, we'll let you know who is going to be up to bat. I didn't have time to post the lineups, and again, I apologize. This was just sort of a last-minute thing. I was like, you know what? We're not doing anything else tonight. Might as well ask if anybody wants us to do the game. So I figured, you know what? All right. I don't think we're going to be on tomorrow, so it worked out well that we get to do this tonight. Michael Harris. Is it Harris that's going to lead off the inning? Once again, I apologize because this is just total last-minute preparation. Not usually like me. So Albies grounded out to end the inning. And then it was, which means that Mike Yastrzemski, Yaz is going to lead off the inning. So it'll be Yaz, Riley, and Murphy when the Braves are due up. But it'll be Edman, Tucker, and Thomas that lead things off. Okay, we're good. We're fine. We figured it out. Left one earlier, JJ. All right, cool. All right, I'll play it when we're sort of in the middle of the game, for sure. 7 head-to-head matchups will decide the division. Yeah, absolutely. The pitch. That's inside for a ball. But actually, no. What's going to happen is this, Larry. They're going to lose the 7 games to the Braves. And then the Phillies are going to go on this, 12-game winning streak, and the Braves are going to lose 10. And then it's all of a sudden, it's just going to come down to the Brewers series. Or it's going to come down to the Astros series. That's what's going to happen. Because that's what the Philadelphia Phillies do. 2 balls, no strikes, the 2-0 pitch, and there's a fly ball hit out over to right center field, and that's going to split the gap and go all the way towards the wall. And so Tommy Edman is going to get on with a 2-bag here. He gets in there standing up. Good play by Harris on the backhand over on the track. That may have been a triple if he didn't get there to make that stop. But Tommy Edman gets on and leads off the inning with a double. Let's go. Drop those Phillies emojis down below. Edman in scoring position. The guy is clutch in October. Charge! We're just in August, though. And here comes King Tuck. That is Kyle Tucker. Top of the second. There were 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. I swear I'm better than this. The pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1 at 96 miles per hour. Kyle Tucker, though, has just 11 homers this season and 57 RBIs. 0-1 pitch on the way. Fouled off. It's been a very disappointing season for Kyle Tucker. It's a career low for him. Last year he had a 266 average and 22 homers and 73 RBIs. The year before that, he had 289 with 23 homers and 49 RBIs in just 277 games. But for 3 straight years, this was a guy who you could pencil in as a power hitter that could hit close to 30 home runs and drive in 100 RBIs. Pitch. So now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So what? Fine, we'll just do it live. 1-2 pitch. And Tucker pops one up and skies it out towards shallow left field. Riley backs up towards the line and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. 1 down. So here is the good news today, chat. The good news today is in the wild card race, the Philadelphia Phillies did gain a game against the Chicago Cubs. So they're 2 games in back of the Cubs again. The bad news is that the Padres just keep playing copycat with the Phillies. When they lose, when the Phillies lose, the Padres lose. But when the Phillies win, the Padres win. So they're still 2 games in back of the Philadelphia Phillies. The pitch, that's fouled away. And the Diamondbacks are still 3 games in back of the Phillies, too. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Thomas. And this ball is skied out over towards shallow center field. Michael Harris comes jogging on in, has plenty of room and time to make the grab for out number 2. So there's 2 up and 2 down. By the way, we never mentioned this, but I wanted to make sure that I did that for our Seattle fans that were here earlier today. The Mariners actually are off tomorrow, and they head out to the East Coast, and they play the Blue Jays on Friday. That game is on Apple TV. And then they play them Saturday and Sunday, Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Here's the pitch. That's up high for ball 2. I guess I should say go Dodgers. It's up to you. I mean, do you want to catch the Dodgers or do you want to catch the Braves or both? I mean, obviously you want to catch both. The pitch. That is down for ball 2. The Braves are actually 3 games in back of the Dodgers for that number 2 spot in the National League. Milwaukee is 1 game above Los Angeles. 2-0 pitch, here it is. That's a called strike over on the inside corner. The Milwaukee Brewers have had such an incredible season. The 2-1 offering to Teoscar Hernandez. That's down for ball 3. I was sort of shocked that Teoscar was not dealt at the deadline because there were reports that Teoscar might be dealt if they go out there and get like another pitcher besides Skubal, but it never happened. They didn't really have to give much up. 3-1 pitch, that's down for ball 4. And so there's 2 runners on with 1 out. Too bad ties no longer exist in MLB. I miss game 163. I really do. I miss game 163. That is a really good thing. I'm happy that you brought that up. I still think that you should have, like, a tiebreaker if you just sneak your way into the wild card. You know, if there's, like, a tie for 3rd place, I would still have, like, a 163 for that. But I do miss those tiebreakers. Those tiebreaker games were fantastic. Wasn't it Rockies Dodgers that when Nolan Arenado had that big base hit? Was that what it was? Was it Rockies Dodgers? I forget. Somebody could look that up. I would appreciate it. Or like for the division, a tiebreaker for that would be really cool too. Here's the pitch. That's taken for a strike. I hope this game goes 16 innings and that they wear each other out, says Michael. Yeah, then they play again against each other tomorrow to wrap up the series. 0-1 pitch. That's a line drive out to left center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. That's Tommy Edman. The throw is going to be drawn over to second, and an RBI single to tie things up 1-1. There you go. Hunter Fiducia, the newly acquired catcher at the deadline, comes on through and smacks one against A.J. Smith-Shawver. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, too. Game 163. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The tiebreaker games. Shohei Ohtani is up, and here's the first pitch that's down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani is 0 for 1. 30 homers and 80 RBIs. No worries, mate. 1-0 pitch, here it is. It's high for ball 2. To make it 2 balls and no strikes. Speaking of the Brewers, they are up 4-0 already against the Mets. 2-0 is the count to Ohtani. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Shawver fires, and Ohtani flies one out over towards center field. It's not deep, and Harris runs in, stops on a dime to wait for it and make the grab for out number 3. The Dodgers play copycats, and they provide a run and tie things up at 1. We're ready to go to the bottom of the second. Out in Atlanta, 1-1 is the score. All right, so where are we tapping on in from tonight? Let us know down below. Where are we tuning in from? You get double trouble, JJ. It's double J today. Good to see you guys. Oh, it's great to see you all. Let us know where you guys are tapping on in from. I know we got Sydney, Australia in the chat. A keyboard is down, but it's all good. He's the man. His name is Scott. MVPs for Scott! We got Orange County, California. Cicero is still tapping on in. Edmonton, Washington in the house. Yes, sir. What's up, Eric? Love to see the Brewers win the World Series. Their offense is so much fun to watch this galley. That's, of course, the Philadelphia Phillies don't make it. That goes without saying. Queso is here. What's up, Queso? Ken. What's up, Ken? How you doing? Palatka, Florida. Hello, my friends. Hello, buddy. Rabdul says Atlanta. What's going on, my friend? You can cheer for your team down below, too. Obviously, we're watching this from a Phillies perspective, but obviously, please make sure, that you root for your team. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your team. Oh, man. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Time for us to go to the bottom of the second. Time is at 7:48 p.m. Eastern Time. Eric, I wanted to ask you something. What would be one word that you would use to describe the Seattle Mariners this season? Mike Yastrzemski is going to come on up to the plate. There's the pitch. That's a foul ball. I'm going to be honest with you. I actually see a path where the Mariners could actually go to the World Series. I really do. I know that they've been struggling and they've been so inconsistent, but I think that they have a shot. I really do. 0-1 pitch. That's down for a ball. And I'm not just typing you up. I'm being serious. If they can just get rolling at the right time in September, they could be a scary team. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing, did he go? They say yes, he did. And it's 1-2. Dave tapping on in from Reading. Let's go. Glad to have you in the shield wall today, Cicero. Yes, sir. Absolutely. It's all fun, right? It's all fun. We've been having people that have been tuning on in since we've actually called Dodgers Phillies last year. And it's great, I have nothing but mad love and respect to the good fans that come on here. I really do. I love baseball. I'm a big baseball guy. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. That's up high, but did he go? They say no. I'm hopeful now that you said that. I'm being serious. If Cal just gets it going, and Julio gets it going, and Josh Naylor is hot, why not? Why not them? They're just so streaky. The 2-2 pitch, that's a foul ball. And George Kirby can pitch a good game. It obviously can happen. There's a chance. What are the odds of all of that stuff happening? I don't know. But all it takes is just a little bit of confidence, and I don't know. They could win the division. The 2-2 pitch, here it is. That's a foul ball over towards the right side. The Mariners are still the only team that has never appeared in the World Series. They came so close last season. I'll be honest with you. I'll be completely honest with you. The 2-2 pitch to Mike Yastrzemski is outside for ball 3. That series between the Mariners and the Blue Jays was one of my favorite all-time playoff series as a baseball fan. That series was so dramatic. Obviously, the World Series was fantastic, and that was the best thing I've seen, but geez, that was awesome. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Seattle versus Detroit last year, I mean, Game 5 of that was insane, too. Are you kidding me? Every playoff series last year was so good, except for Reds-Dodgers. That was the only one. Everything else, though, was great. Here's the pitch to Austin Riley. That's a line drive smacked out to left field, and that'll get down for a base hit. And Austin Riley gets on with a 1-out single. And he is aboard. Even Mets fans, yeah. Why am I an LA fan today, says John? I don't know. Why are you an LA fan today? I mean, if you want the Phillies to try to win the division and get there sooner rather than later, then you're rooting for the Dodgers. The pitch, that's in there for a strike. Some people still think the Phillies can catch the Dodgers, though, so they're actually rooting for the Braves, which I think is wild. I think that both of them are crazy, but no balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. It's fouled. I was starting to feel it. Then see update 4-3. Holy heck, someone screwed us. Yeah. I mean, they could technically catch the Dodgers. I just don't think that that's like they're going to play in the wild card round. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And there's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And actually, my question to you is, do you want them to play in the wild card round compared to getting a bye? Because there's some people that still believe that they shouldn't get the bye. Well, the Phillies made the playoffs, yes or no? Yeah. I don't see them missing the playoffs. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked. The pitch is up high for a ball. They would have to go on such a bad streak. They would. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That's a line drive out to center field for a base hit. Austin Riley is going to put the stop signs on as he rounds second, and he's not going to go anywhere. Drake Baldwin with a single. 2 runners on with 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's good to see you, Queso. Queso 2P, that is. We got 105 people here in the chat. 45 of you have hit the thumbs up button. This reminds me that Chase Utley went to the Dodgers. So did J-Roll. The Reading Phillies are up 6-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Nice. Here's the pitch. And that's high for a ball. A bye is bad for all the teams. They lose the momentum. I mean, well, the Astros won the World Series in 2022, and they had a bye. The Dodgers had a bye, and they won the World Series 2 years ago, not last year. The Yankees made it to the World Series, and they had a bye 2 years ago. I'm just saying that, you know, teams have made the World Series. 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to short. They'll flip over the second. There's one, and that's all that they're going to get. Of course, because that's the final out of the inning. So we're going to go to the top of the third. It's a 1-1 game. We'll take a very quick step off, and we'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Here we go to the top of the third inning. Once again, folks, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I appreciate you guys for being on here. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. It's funny how people hate the teams who have been consistently winning championships, and then when they start losing, they feel bad. It's like a cycle. Well, that's being a sports fan. But also, like, that's a part of life, too. Like, not to, like, get dark, but sometimes, like, some people, you know, like, when they see, like, people succeeding at a high level, they're like, you know, they get a little bit jealous, you know? But then they feel bad for, like, the people that aren't, like, you know, succeeding. And they, like, want to help them, you know? The pitch that's in there for a strike. But to keep it back to sports, everybody wants to take down the dynasty. 0-1. That's a pie for a ball. When you see something new, like a fresh team, you know, that just is out there, like it's pure. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A.J. Smith-Shawver on the bump. Kicks, fires to the former Brave Freddie Freeman, and it's a pie for ball 2. I'm glad to be here. I'm a new fan of baseball. Welcome to the group. What's up, Queso? High five to you, my friend. This might be weird, but I have a couple of favorite teams. There's nothing bad with that. The 2-2 pitch, that's a line drive down the right field line. It's a fair ball, and that's going to go all the way towards the wall. And so, here is Freddie Freeman cruising over to second base and getting on with a leadoff double. This might be weird, but I have a couple favorite teams. It's the Phillies, the Brewers, the Yankees, and the Dodgers, mainly because of the players on those teams. That means you like the game, my friend. That means you like the game. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're attached to certain players, it means that you just love watching the game. And I think that that's cool. Mookie comes on up, and Mookie takes ball 1 up high at 95 for ball 1. Freddie Freeman has the most doubles compared to active players, 578. The guy that's in second is Goldschmidt with 488 doubles. 1-0 pitch. That's a pie for ball 2. I'm tired of the teams with the highest payroll winning the series. That's the Dodgers. I mean, the Blue Jays, I know that it came down to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and Rojas hitting the home run, all that sort of stuff, but it was pretty close. 2-0 pitch. This is popped up and hit over towards second. Ozzie Albies is there to make the grab for out number 1. Eric, from a Mariners perspective, do you think that if it was Mariners versus Dodgers, do you think the Mariners would have beat them? Because that was something that just popped on into my head now. And I never thought about that, but I'm sure that Mariners fans have. Max Muncy is up. And the pitch, that's going to bounce in the dirt and nearly get away from Murphy. But kept it close to him, and Freeman is still at second. For the Dodgers, though, there was a lot of parity for sure. The Yankees, I mean, those Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds, like back in the 70s, we just haven't really seen a lot of it in the modern day, like over the last 15 years or so, you know. 1-0 pitch. Here it is. That's up high for ball 2. The dynasties are good for professional sports, though. Absolutely. Gives orgs something to aspire to, as opposed for a random team winning every year. I'm with you. 2-0 pitch. Here it is, and that's a fly ball hit out over towards medium depth center field. Harris lost it for a second, and now comes walking on in and makes the grab for out number 2. What do I always say, chat? I want you to be honest with me, and I want you to express your opinions. I do. I want you to be open about how you feel about something. I don't want you to have to hide anything. I also think that dynasties, in a way, are good for professional sports. I don't know if it's fun for fans, but I don't know. Taking down the dynasty is a great feeling. The Eagles did that. They took down the Chiefs, and they took down the New England Patriots. It's great. 1 ball, no strikes, and that's to Tommy Edman. Here's the pitch, and it's high for ball 2. I have never thought about that. But it would have been a World Series championship, especially at home. It would be sold out. Yeah. 2-0 pitch. Here it is. That's in there for strike 1. Yeah, I never thought about it too, literally until now. 2 balls, 1 strike. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-1 delivery. And Edman flies this one out to right field, and that ball is gone! Tommy Edman, have yourself a day! A 2-run line drive laser beam that just skipped on out of here. I feel like every time I call a Dodgers game, Tommy Edman just does something. He's just that guy. And here comes Kyle Tucker. The pitch. That's up high for a ball. A.J. Smith-Shawver has been struggling against Tommy Edman today. Edman had a double and just hit a 2-run home run that barely just went into the seats. 1-0 is the count. Top of the 3rd. 2 outs. Nobody on. And Tucker is up. And here's the 1-0 pitch. It's fouled away towards the left side. Oh, I got the first pick. So I forgot, chat. Chat, I forgot. I'm in a fantasy football league and the draft is tonight. I totally forgot. And I had it on my calendar. 1-1 pitch, and that's a foul ball. And I have the first pick. I'm not going to tell you the rest of the team, but who do I take as the first overall pick? That's my question to you. Who do I take with the first overall pick? 1-2 pitch. That's a foul ball, and it goes on out of play. I need some help. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch to Kyle Tucker, and he gets on top of one, grounds it over to second. Albies is there, picks it up, throws it over to first, and there's out number 3. Tommy Edman cruises a 2-run shot out to right field, and the Dodgers lead it 3-1 as they are ready to go to the bottom of the 3rd inning right now. So yeah, help me out. Who do I take as my first overall pick in my fantasy football league that I just joined? I forgot it again. It was tonight. 52 likes, 101 people tuning on in. Do I go Justin Jefferson? Do I take Puka Nacua? I'm a big Baltimore fan, so I'm going to go with Lamar all day, every day. I love it, Queso. Are you nervous about the Ravens this year? Lamar all day, every day. Did you get rid of your comment, or did somebody? Let me double check. I hope nobody timed you out for that. If they did, that's ridiculous. Not saying anybody did. We got 98 people tapping on in. Lamar Jackson. Still got 7 minutes until this draft starts. Drop your thoughts on who I should take as the first overall pick of this fantasy football league that I'm in. I'm probably going to go wide receiver, running back. Backroad 80 is here. What's going on, Backroad 80? How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you on here. Backroad 80. Who do I take? No, I accidentally deleted it. But the defense I'm ready for. I think we can be the number 1 defense this year. Offense, I'm worried about our offensive line. So you're worried about how they protect Lamar. Okay. Is it the left side of the line or is it both? Bijan. All right. You think I should go Bijan? Okay. Here's the pitch. That is called a ball. Looked like that was a strike. Not going to lie. But it's 1-0 to Matty O. Olsen homered his first time up. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. So you think I should go Bijan? They expect him to have 1,372 rushing yards. They have Jahmyr Gibbs as number 1, and they have Bijan as number 2. 1 ball, 1 strike to Olsen. The pitch, and another fly ball hit out over to deep center field. Did he get enough this time? No. He did not. The ball is caught on the track by Thomas for out number 1. That ball was carrying. Now the center. Got you. All right, I got 5 minutes till my first pitch, chat. Wish me good luck. We have 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 3 flexes, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, 1 kicker, of course, and a defense. And we have 7 bench pieces. The pitch, that's down for a ball to Mauricio Dubon. 1 ball, no strikes. Dubon in the box, Sasaki on the bump. And here's the 1-0. It's grounded over to second, picked up by Edman, and he throws it over to first, and that's in plenty of time for out number 2. So there's 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd. In case you're just tapping on in, Olsen homered in the first inning. And then it was Tommy Edman who had a 2-run homer. But before that happened, there was an RBI single. Sasaki, by the way, slipped on the mound. I didn't even see that as the ball was grounded over towards second. But he's fine, and he'll continue. Michael Harris II is up, and he takes a called strike on the outside corner. The other guy that had an RBI was Hunter Fiducia. That was an RBI single. So it was an Olsen homer to put the Braves up 1-0. And then Fiducia had an RBI single to tie it up 1-1. And then Edman hit a 2-run homer to make it 3-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Michael Harris. Sasaki's leg kick and the pitch. Grounded over to shortstop. Betts backhands it. Sidearm throw to first. Will be in plenty of time for out number 3. And we are ready to go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 3-1 Dodgers out at Truist Park in Atlanta. Showing the replay of Bryce Harper's 2-run homer that he hit earlier today. I thought maybe Julio was going to rob that thing. Looking back at the replay. Brian Wu, as soon as he gave up that 3-home-run game, he just said the F word. And he didn't even put his glove up to his mouth. It looked like that he said the F word. It was like, darn it. It's funny. JJ, you're on fire tonight. That's good. Fireball. Pitbull. Yeah. It's good. It's good to see you guys. I'm happy to be on here, 3-1 Dodgers. We're going to the 4th inning. Oh, man, this draft. 2 minutes. So I should say Bijan is my first overall pick, chat. No McCaffrey. I wasn't going to go McCaffrey. McCaffrey, though, can catch. The thing is just, can he stay healthy this year? I don't know. Jamar Chase. I like Jamar Chase, but I don't know, dude. I have the first pick, then I have the 20th pick. So probably when I get to 20, I mean, I might, to be honest with you, I probably shouldn't even say anything right now, right? Because there's people that are actually watching my stream. I just realized that. Okay. All right. I'm not going to say anything. Yeah. I shouldn't do that. I forgot people are tuning on into me. Go with Bijan. Okay. Alec Thomas is up. And the first pitch, that'll be in there for a called strike. Seems like every year the 49ers have injury bugs no matter what. That's true. That is true. 0-1 pitch to Thomas. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field, over towards the line. Yaz is there, makes the grab, and 1 away. 10 seconds. Okay. Here we go. We are underway. Bijan it is. Hello, Bijan. 1 out, top of the 4th. And Teoscar Hernandez is up. And the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike to Teoscar Hernandez. 0-1 pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss at 96 miles per hour. 3-1 Dodgers. Top of the 4th. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A.J. Smith-Shawver gets himself a big strikeout there. And 2 up, 2 down. By the way, the Padres shut out the Pirates today. They got their 10th shutout of the season. Again, they just copy the Philadelphia Phillies. Whenever the Phillies win, the Padres win. Whenever they lose, the Padres lose. And the Padres and the Phillies shut out their opponents today. They're literally the same team. Hunter Fiducia is up to bat. The pitch, here it is. That's low for ball 2. 3-1 Dodgers again. an RBI single by Hunter Fiducia, and then a 2-run homer by Tommy Edman. 2-0 pitch. Here it is. Fouled away. 49ers Stadium is near an electric grid, and electromagnetic grids degrade your tendons and makeup. Look it up. It's crazy. Really, I didn't know that. Every time Steve comes on into the chat, he always gives like a fun fact. Surprised he hasn't said something like that. And there's a lot of fun facts that you can say, but that's certainly one that I feel like would be one for him. 2-1 pitch, and that's down for ball 3. Afroman, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? 3-1 pitch, here it is, and that ball is smacked down the right field line. It's a foul ball. I thought maybe the ball boy was going to catch that. That would have been unbelievable. 3-2 is the count. 2 outs. The pitch. Down for ball 4. And there's a 2-out walk, and here comes Shohei Ohtani to the plate. Come on, Dodgers. Get some more runs. Ohtani's average is at 285. 30 home runs, 80 RBIs as well. 2 outs, and here's the pitch. Way outside for ball 1. And so it's 1-0. Shohei Ohtani, over his last 7 days, is 2 for 18 with a double and 3 runs scored. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, fouled away. So again, the Dodgers lead it 3-1. Matt Olson hit a solo home run in the bottom of the first. Hunter Fiducia tied it up on an RBI single in the top of the second. And Tommy Edman hit a 2-run shot in the top of the third. The 1-1 pitch to Ohtani. Swinging a broken bat, fly ball hit out over to right field for a base hit. Fiducia is going to head on over to third. It took 1 bounce in front of Acuna. And Shohei Ohtani, that just goes to show how much strength he has. He shattered his bat. His bat went out to shallow right field. That's insane. And he gets on with a single. Flinged it right out to right. I don't even know how he had the strength to just be able to hit that thing. That's not easy. Took a jab at it. Takes a jab and he breaks his bat. Yeah, I think he's pretty strong. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Freeman is in the box. And Freeman launches one over towards the left field corner. And that ball is foul. The Los Angeles Dodgers in this game so far have put up 3 runs on a total of 5 hits. Freeman, who got on his last time up with a double, is up to bat. Shohei is stupid strong. Really. It's insane. 0-1 pitch. Here it is. That's inside for a ball. By the way, C.J. Abrams for the Nationals has just the second 25 homer, 25 stolen base season in Nationals history. The 1-1 pitch to Freddie Freeman, and he yanks it foul and out of play. Saquon went. Come on. Come on, man. Of course he was going to go. Why am I shocked? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Freeman in the box. The 1-2 pitch, here it is. Fouled away. Derrick Henry went to... Oh, darn it. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Down for ball 2. So it's now 2-2. By the way, Shohei Ohtani just went on over to second base, and now a base hit can pretty much drive in 2 runs here. So Ohtani gets a stolen base. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here we are in the top of the 4th inning. 3-1 LA. The next pitch, here it is, and that ball is fouled off, and out of play it goes. 2-2 is the count. All right, Chad, what do I do next? What do I do next? Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch, and Freeman flies one out over towards shallow right field, but Acuna is there, makes the grab. We're ready to go to the bottom of the 4th. All right, I'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. See you very, very soon. All right, good. I'm happy with those picks. Good stuff. Everything's more expensive on DoorDash. Yeah. I mean, food is expensive, period. It is. Folks, if you are new to the channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. We're ready to go to the top of the 4th inning. You know, Pete Alonso, over his last 16 games for the Orioles, has hit 9 homers, and he's driven in 20 RBI. He is also red hot now, too. Did he just homer? It's 7-0 Baltimore. Dude, we broke the Cardinals. The Philadelphia Phillies absolutely broke the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals got destroyed yesterday, 13-1, at home by the Orioles, and they're now down 7-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. We destroyed the Cardinals. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it loud and clear. The pitch, that's in there for a strike. It's actually insane. The 0-1 pitch, here it is. And it's outside for a ball. Would you like to up to a 30% tip or 60% tip or 6 million % tip? One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, here it is. Popped into foul territory. Muncy gives it a look, and it goes into the camera well and bounces about 5 rows back. Philly Birds, I'm not going to lie. I thought you said that you bought movies. And we were talking about DoorDash, and I was like, wait. You bought a movie from DoorDash? I was like, that's crazy. The 1-2 pitch, here it is. That's a pie for ball 2, but you said anchovies. 2-2 to Ozzy Albies. Sasaki winds up, and fires, and it's outside for ball 3. I'm not a big anchovies guy either. Does that make me a bad person? 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. We'll do it again. I do have my drink, though, over there to the left. We'll pull it out, though, a little bit later. 3-2 pitch, here it is. That's up high for ball 4. There's a leadoff walk to start off the bottom of the 4th. All right, so the tying run is going to be up to bat right now. Albies gets on with a walk. If you're tapping on in over on TikTok, welcome aboard. I appreciate you guys again for being on here. Make sure that you guys go follow us on TikTok. So there's a runner over at second. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. I have pizza with nothing but just cheese because my taste buds haven't developed yet. I like cheese pizza. Albies did just swipe second base, and again, it's hard because you couldn't even see him go. You got a good jump, and it's 1-0 to Mike Yastrzemski. Yaz is up, and here's the pitch, and this ball's flied out over towards shallow center field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and 1 run should, no, Albies will head over to third. I guess he thought that maybe there was a chance that was going to be caught. Regardless, runners are at the corners with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning, and we got drama out in Atlanta. Oh, boy. Come on, man. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. Albies at third. And Austin Riley is up to bat. Sasaki's first pitch to Austin. That's a called strike. It hit the top tier of the zone. Oh, they're starting to take quarterbacks now. Gotcha. The ball's 1 strike. And here's the pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards deep right center field. And on the run is Thomas. He'll make the grab. There's the first down. Ozzy Albies will come on in to score. It's an RBI sacrifice fly for the Braves. And they cut the deficit to 1. Riley's been hitting the ball better. And he just came through with an RBI sacrifice fly. The Braves, who are down 3-2, lead the National League East, and they are 4 games above the Phillies. And Sean Murphy is the next batter. Swing and a miss. Got himself an 84-mile-per-hour pitch. Christopher with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Fist pump to you. The JJ train never stops rolling. No, it does not. Here's the pitch to Murphy. That's a fly ball out over towards right center field, and that's a gapper. That's going to go all the way towards the wall. Yastrzemski's going to go over to third, and Murphy gets on with a double, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning still. Roki Sasaki is out of sorts in this inning. Oh, my. By the way, the Brewers now lead at 7-0 against the New York Mets. Boy, oh boy, Bryce Terrain just hit a 3-run missile out to right field. So it's 7-0 Brewers. And another timeout taken on the mound in the Dodgers game. Jeez. Drop the MVPs for Christopher down below. MVP! It's true. It's That's true. Absolutely. It's nice. I like the other combos. And music. Don't forget about music. We talk music on here. Man. Also, Ozzy Albies is getting a lot of glee as well. Dave Roberts is actually going to go out there. I don't know if something was wrong with Sasaki, but this isn't good. The trainer is out there, and so is Mark Pryor and the translator. Something is bothering Roki Sasaki. Something is bothering him. Huh. And that's going to be it for Sasaki. His day is done. Wow. Roki Sasaki is hurt, and he just took himself out of the game, and the Dodgers are going to make a pitching change. And, of course, whoever comes on in is going to have all the time in the world, but Sasaki is done. That's it. He just took himself out of the game and walked right back to the dugouts. Wow. That's crazy. That's wild. I'm going to go... Who do I go with at wide receiver? I'm going to go Devontae. Yeah. Wow. I can't believe he just got taken out of the game. We're obviously going to make sure that we look to see what ended up happening to Roki Sasaki, but he just came out of the game. He just walked out and just said, yeah, I'm done. So, obviously he's not going to get the win now, and we have yet to see who's going to be on the mound. But that's quite a shocker. We did hear yesterday that from Jeff Passan that the Dodgers' local TV deal is a profound competitive advantage because of a bankruptcy court ruling. The team will shield more than $1.3 billion from revenue sharing over 25 years. What you might not know, he says, the further monetized it through debt deals with Mark Walter-owned insurers. It's a weird way to phrase it. MLB's proposed salary cap for 2027. The Dodgers already have $455 million committed to players' salaries for 2027. That's nearly $210 million above the proposed cap before the 2027 season ever begins. Under the proposal, this is from Michaela Bennett, by the way, 8 teams would have to cut a combined $578 million in payroll. That's pretty wild. Pretty crazy. He looked like me in last night's chat. Hey, man. Look, people are going to disagree with you, you know? Like, that's just, like, what's going to happen. You know? Like, people are going to say crazy things. People have said really crazy things to me. And, you know, sometimes you just got to, like, let it, like, roll, like, off your back. It's hard. But it's not easy. It's not easy, but sometimes I've learned that you just got to be a sponge and you just got to, like, let it roll off your back. I just call the game. I provide my own commentary. I talk about other stuff. And I'm just me, you know? 3-2 is the score. Edgardo Henriquez is getting all the time in the world to warm up. How do you know that? Because it was just posted on Twitter by Jeff Passan, and that was posted from Michaela Bennett, the thing that I just read you. She's a reporter, and she works closely with the Kansas City Royals. She's a Kansas City reporter. So that's how I know. I try to stay updated on Twitter. Dustin May left tonight's game in the Cardinals game due to a scapula contusion. X-rays were negative. May got hit by a 106 mile per hour comebacker on his first pitch of the game. That's awful. Here's the pitch from Edgardo Henriquez. That's fouled away. No balls, one strike. Two runners in scoring position. One out. And Baldwin in the box. 0-1 pitch. It's down for a ball. It was at 98 miles per hour. So far in this game, 5 runs combined on 11 hits. Edgardo gets set at the Dodgers' letters. Kicks and delivers. And it's fouled off. Edgardo has a 2.91 ERA this year. He's just 24 years old. He came up with the Dodgers back in 2024. And he's done pretty good so far throughout his career. 77 games, 75 innings, 81 strikeouts, and a 2.76 career ERA. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. And the 100 mile per hour fastball is fouled back towards the screen. One ball, 2 strikes, 3-2 Dodgers, bottom of the 4th. 1 out. Baldwin in the box, he's 1 for 2. Henriquez gets set and fires. Outside for ball 2 at 99 miles per hour. Two balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Baldwin. High for ball 3. Edgardo, the one thing is that when he's on, but when he's off, his command, he's just all over the map. It's the one thing that I've noticed from just watching him this season. When he's on, though, like, look out. 3-2 pitch, here it is. Fouled away. Went to, so that was fouled off. So it's been all fastballs, 5 four-seamers, and 2 cutters. The 3-2 pitch, here it is. Fly ball hit out over towards left field, slicing into the corner, and not being able to catch it is Teoscar Hernandez, and 2 runs are going to score. The Braves are going to take the lead. The wind just kept blowing it over towards the left side, and Teoscar could not make the play. He ran over towards that ball, towards the line, and I think he overran the route. 4-3 Atlanta, that is the score. That was a good piece of hitting, though, by Drake Baldwin nonetheless. But Teoscar, yep, it went behind him. It did. It did. It went right behind him. He didn't judge it correctly. And that is a 2-run double for the Atlanta Braves. And they come back and take the lead. It's Ronald Acuna Jr. who's up next. Baldwin now 2 for 3 with a single and a 2-run double. The first pitch, here it is, and that is swung on and missed. Can't believe he missed that. That's crazy. That is crazy. And he missed that. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ronald Acuna Jr. The pitch from Henriquez. Down and inside for ball 2. Ronald Acuna Jr. before tonight's game is just hitting .213 in the month of August, slashing .213, .263, and .404. The pitch, that is called a strike. Did he foul it off? I'm a little bit confused. TV froze for a second, so I apologize. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Okay, now it's back. So they said that he fouled it off. Okay. Made a garden salad with chicken, tomatoes, red peppers, sprinkle of goat cheese, and walnuts. That sounds good. Sounds really good. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That was at 99 miles per hour, and he just struck him out. Should that have been an error? Well, they called it a 2-run double. It was a mistake by him. In today's baseball game, I don't think that that's an error. That should just be called a 2-run double, but really it should be scored as an error. But again, the wind was like blowing that, and he didn't judge it correctly. Again, it was slicing towards the corner, so he has to go run after that ball, right? And then he took a step a little bit too far in, and the wind sort of pulled it back at the last second, and he didn't anticipate that. And it hit off the tip of his glove. But he was not at a good angle. No balls, 1 strike to Matt Olson. And the 0-1 pitch, that ball is lined out to right, and a sliding catch by Kyle Tucker. And we are ready to go to the top of the 5th inning. It's a 4-3 lead. Betts, Muncy, and Edman are coming on up. We'll step aside, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we go to the top of the 5th inning. It's a 4-3 lead for Atlanta. Betts is up, and the pitch that he takes is way inside and high for a ball. Dodgers Nation posted 4 minutes ago that Roki Sasaki is exiting the game. So he exited the game in the 4th inning with what appears to be a blister. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. So that's why he left. He took himself out and was like, I'm not going to come back. But that was according to Dodgers Nation. 1-1 pitch to Mookie Betts, and a fly ball out over towards center field. Backing up is Harris, has plenty of room, makes the grab, and one away. Betts is retired. So one away, top of the fifth. 4-3 Atlanta. Good stuff. Not in this game, of course. But it's so good to see you guys on here. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icons, folks. You guys know that Rafael Devers is now homered in 3 straight games. 3 straight games. Now, they lost today 10-9. They played the Reds. Max Muncy is up. And here's the pitch that's inside for a ball. You know, I didn't realize. So there's 2 Max Muncies. Obviously, I knew that. One of them is a right-handed hitter that plays for the A's. The other one's a left-handed hitter, of course, that plays with the Dodgers. What a pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. But I had no clue that both of them share the same birthday. I did not know that. They both just had a birthday. The pitch, now it's 1-2. August 25th was literally yesterday. Muncy on the Dodgers is 36 years old. 1-2 pitch, here it is, grounded over towards short, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. The one that's on the A's was born in 2002, so he is 23. I think he's 24 years old. It's pretty wild. So 2 away, top of the fifth. 4-3 Atlanta. Dodgers down by a run. And A.J. Smith-Shawver has 84 pitches. Here's the pitch to Tommy Edman. It's called a ball. But the catcher Murphy says, let's challenge this. And is he correct? Is he? He is. So the Braves win their challenge. The call will be overturned. And it's 0-1 instead. Tommy Edman has had himself quite a day today. 0-1 pitch. He fouls it back over towards the screen. This guy is just a playoff riser. A guy that just contributes in the playoffs and steps up in October. And today he's doubled and he's also homered. 0-2 pitch. That's a breaking ball and taken down for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch, here it is. Down and inside for ball 2. And that now makes it 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, here it is. That's taken up high and inside for ball 3. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch. That's a called strike 3. Edman's going to challenge. That looked a little bit high. That did. It looked a little bit high. Shawver was ready to walk back towards the dugout. And what will ABS have to say about this? That is a strike. Wow. A.J. Smith-Shawver able to just get it. Just get it on the top tier of the zone for out number 3. And we're ready to go to the bottom of the 5th inning out in Atlanta. Can't believe he got that. That's pretty insane. Chat, here's what the schedule looks like for the rest of the week for the Philadelphia Phillies. So the Phillies are playing on Friday at 9:30, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be Andrew Painter versus Reed Detmers. And then Saturday, okay, on Saturday it'll be Christopher Sanchez versus Ryan Johnson. That game will begin at 10:07 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll definitely be on for that. And on Sunday, the Phillies play at 4:07. It's Zach Wheeler versus Yusei Kikuchi. That's the pitching matchup for that at 4:10. I don't know if we're going to be able to do the Reds versus Cubs game that night. Probably not, because it's a West Coast game for the Phillies. But that's what the schedule looks like for this weekend. Maybe, just maybe, might go on for Saturday afternoon's Braves game. I don't know. No promises yet. No promises. But anyhow, that's what the schedule looks like this week. You got ready quick. Who did? Who got ready quick? Tried to like goat cheese, but it tastes like you went to a petting zoo and licked your fingers, says Michael. That's an interesting analogy. What the heck? That's like creative, and I don't know. I kind of agree with that. When's the last time I've been to a zoo, though? When's the last time you've been to a zoo? It's been like a while for me. Tell you what, this Phillies team is a zoo. Oh, yes, they are. The Phillies are a zoo. So many different types of animals on this team, and you just never know what you're gonna get. It's crazy. 6-2, Red and Phils. Bottom of the 8th. Postseason, here we come. Let's go. You guys never paired your dishes with goat cheese. Nope. Eric Lauer is now going to pitch. 8-6 record for him this year and a 4.79 ERA. Also 69 strikeouts, 97 hits allowed. And he is on to pitch here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Gotta make sure that I do this. Okay, good. All right, here we go. Fiducia is still behind the plate. Again, Roki Sasaki left the game with a blister. Bottom of the 5th, Dubon is in the box. And the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. Mauricio Dubon with 63 runs batted in, 10 homers, and a .260 average. He also had a stolen base today. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. That's low for ball 2. This was a guy that when he was on the Giants, I thought he was going to be a really good player. And he hasn't lived up to my expectations, but he's still getting some playing time. 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. That's low for ball 3. So the count is 3-1 to Dubon. And the pitch on the way. That's lined off of the bag and hit right over to Muncy. And he does a little pump fake over to first. And won't be able to make the throw. That was pinballed off the front of the third base bag and then just shot up. Just sort of popped up right over towards the third baseman's way. And didn't even bother to make a throw over to first because Dubon has wheels. So he gets on for the second time today. That goes down as an infield single. And Michael Harris II is the next man up. He'll show bunt here, and he puts that one in a perfect spot down the third base line. Here's the throw to first. Did he get him? He just did. Max Muncy read it perfectly. But Harris did a great job dropping down the bunt. Walt Weiss says, hold up a second, and decides not to challenge it. But a perfectly executed bunt right down that third base line, and Muncy did come running on in. Harris just utilized his wheels, and he got the sacrifice completed. He was out by a quarter of a step. Just a quarter of a step. The runners at second, and Ozzie Albies, now batting on the right side, takes the first pitch that he sees upstairs for ball one. Braves are getting me annoyed, says Seth. Yep, that's what they do to you. The pitch to Ozzie Albies. It's in there for a strike. Honestly, though, like, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not worried. I'm really not. Like, this one game doesn't sway me one way or the other. Yes, it'd be nice to see the Braves lose, but it's all, we all know, it's all going to come down to when the Phillies play them. The pitch, that's a line drive out over to left field. Backing up is Teoscar. It makes the grab. That was a bullet. Just hit towards his right side. There's two away. So, Eric, what's up, Eric? You're back on. It's a 4-3 lead in case you want to be caught up with how we got here. Obviously, you saw the Matt Olson homer in the bottom of the first, and then Hunter Fiducia got on with an RBI single. There's a timeout on the mound, by the way. A 2-run home run hit by Tommy Edman made it 3-1. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Austin Riley hit a sacrifice fly to make it 3-2. And Drake Baldwin had a 2-run double to make it 4-3. Great hitter like Harris Jr., sacrifice bunts, smart baseball in a tight game. Tell you what, this is a guy who really had a down season last year. And a lot of people were actually questioning, is he actually a good baseball player? Like, is he a good baseball player still? I mean, he's 25 years old, but he didn't have a good year last year. He had a down year. He had 20 homers and 86 RBIs in a 249 average. I mean, he ended the year strong. He did. But, you know, he hit really well in the month of September. But throughout most of the season, he was just lost. He was ice cold. And I remember Braves fans were saying, they were having the debate of whether or not he should be benched and sent down to AAA. Like, not even just benched, but sent down to AAA. Here's the pitch. That's fouled away by Thomas. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. That's inside for a ball. Lauer with 11 pitches so far. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thomas in the box. The 1-2 pitch grounded over to short. Picked up by Mookie Betts in the throw to first base in plenty of time for out number 3. And it's time for us to go to the top of the 6th inning. Kyle Tucker, Alec Thomas, and Teoscar Hernandez will be up to bat. After this game is done, tomorrow the Braves will play the Dodgers at 7:15 at night. Don't know yet if I'm going to be on for that. But anyhow, I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm probably not going to be able to be on for that. But then after tomorrow, the Dodgers are heading to Detroit. They're heading back to Detroit, and guess who pitches Friday? Skubal does. That'll be quite something. That'll be quite something, for sure. It's going to be an emotional game for him. And then the Phillies play at 9:38. The Braves are hosting the Rockies at 7:15. Tomoyuki Sagano is going to face Grant Holmes on Friday. Then Saturday, the Braves play in the afternoon. They're on at 4:10. And Sunday, they play against the Rockies. What time did they play Sunday? They play them... Oh, man. They play them at 1:35. Okay. Good to know. Oh, man. JJ, glad you're here. I didn't know JJ was going to be covering this game. Pleasant surprise for sure. That's good. Yes. I asked people in the chat if they wanted us to cover the game, and they said yes. Backroad says, I predict extra innings for tonight. For this game. That would be cool. I want this to be a good game. Michael said, I want this to go 16 innings. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, it's probably not going to go 16, but even if it goes 13, that's great. Even if it goes 13, that's great. I loved every cheese I tried except for goat cheese. That's the only cheese. You like pepper jack? Not as big of a pepper jack guy. Nope. Dylan Dodd is going to pitch. 39 games, a 4-1 record, and a 2.20 ERA. There we go. Kyle Tucker coming on up to the plate. And the first pitch, he'll foul it back over towards the screen. Still talking about goat cheese. The ball is 1 strike to Kyle Tucker. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Tucker flies one out over towards deep right field, but it'll stay in the ballpark. And Acuna Jr. makes the catch right in front of the track for out number 1. Oh, darn it. Thought maybe he was going to get a hanger. Lane Thomas is now out in left field for the Atlanta Braves. And they took Yaz out. One away, top of the 6th. And the pitch to Thomas. That's a fly ball hit out over towards left field. On the run, making the grab is Thomas for out number 2. Speaking of Lane Thomas. 2 away. Okay. I want to make sure that I have this up to... Okay, where is it? There it is. Teoscar Hernandez in the box. 2 outs. Nobody on. And the pitch is up high for a ball 1 at 94. One ball, no strikes. Dodd fires, and Hernandez slices one out to left center field for a base hit. Got a hanger there, and just got it off the end of the bat. And he is aboard. The tying run is over at first base for the Dodgers. All right, so let's go. Come on, man. Let's go. Hunter Fiducia will be the next man up. Tying run over at first. Charge! The pitch, here it is. Fouled away. Hunter had himself an RBI single back in the the top of the 2nd. The pitch to Hunter, swing and a miss. Man, just could not catch up to 94. And it was down the middle, too. Come on, Hunter. The Guardians, as they won today, they've now won 7 straight games, and they've also won 8 of their last 9. The ball is 2 strikes, and the 0-2 pitch down in the way for a ball. Come on. The 1-2 delivery. Here it is. Fly ball hit out over towards medium depth left center field. Harris tracks it down in the alleyway, makes the grab, and there's out number 3. We are going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Austin Riley is going to lead things off. So, chat, we mentioned that if you left a voicemail message after the Philadelphia Phillies game was done, that we would play it on the air. So, Eric called on in earlier today, and I wanted to play his voicemail message. Obviously, I got to get it up on here. That's why I left it up. Okay, there we go. Let's see.
Everybody, it's your guy Eric calling in. Just calling in to say it's the 5th inning. We're down now 6-0. It's probably going to be a great win for you guys. Have a great day, everybody. Be well.
Eric, shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. He called on in during the 5th inning. That's funny. Down 5-0. Sorry, we're down 6-0. It's going to be a great win for you guys. Did he say he called on in during the 6th inning? No, I thought he did. But wow, that's crazy. Shout out to Eric, man. That's cool. Awesome stuff. It was a great win today for the Philadelphia Phillies. I actually wanted to read you this before we get back to the swing of things here. So this is on Twitter. After 4 games, Zeus had a 7.94 ERA in 22 innings of work. Gave up 20 earned runs. Ever since those 4 games, Zeus has posted a 2.3 ERA and has given up 36 runs in 140 innings of work. But also, over his last 19 games, posted a 2.11 ERA, and the Phillies are 16-3 in those 19 games. He has been so good. Like, so good. And again, it's not coming out of left field. You could absolutely make the case that he should be your number 1 starter to start off the playoffs. If the playoffs started tomorrow, you could absolutely make the case for that. He's your best pitcher. Not saying he should be, but there's totally a valid argument for it. Here's the pitch. That's outside for a ball. Austin Riley is up. He's 1 for 1. He had a sac fly earlier in the game. 1-0 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. And now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's 4-3 Atlanta. Riley in the box. Come on, let's go. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Good throw there from Lauer. Trying to remember Eric Lauer when he was on the Padres. 1-2 pitch, and Riley gets a piece of it and stays alive. This is the type of guy that came on into the league. He was they hoped that he was going to last for a little bit, for a while. And it feels like ever since that he has been in the league, he's been, I don't want to say just a journeyman, but he's been an arm that guys can go for, like a middle reliever / like back end starter type of a guy. 1-2 pitch. That's outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's 31 years old now. Also spent some time with the Brewers. 2-2 pitch. And a fly ball hit out over towards left center field. On the run is Thomas. He'll make the grab for out number 1. Meant to say the Brewers, not the Reds. Sorry, chat. Spent his first 2 seasons with San Diego. And then he went to Milwaukee. Played with them for 4 seasons. And then he was with the Blue Jays. and then went over to the Dodgers. Came over to the other side. One out, bottom of the sixth. Sean Murphy is up to bat. 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. And here's the pitch, and that's a towering fly ball hit out over to left center field. That ball's going back towards the track, and that ball is gone. Sean Murphy goes the distance, and it's his first homer of the season against Eric Lauer, and it's now a 5-3 ball game. That ball was a meatball right down the center of the plate, and Murphy just tattooed that baseball into left center field. So the Braves lead it 5-3 in the bottom of the sixth with one away. The second homer today by Atlanta. They got one from Matt Olson. That was a big one that they got. And Sean Murphy hits one here. Drake Baldwin will be the next man up. Man. That's too bad. The Braves are an actual ball team. They are. They got a crew. That's the one thing that I will never not say, because they do. They do have a crew, chat. T-Mac and Kruk had a whole discussion about what Cooper Sharp cheese was the other night. Kruk had no idea. I saw him at the Reading Terminal Market. How does he not know? That's crazy. 1-1 pitch. It's down for ball 2. Cheesesteak cheese. Cheese Whiz is the original, but Cooper is delicious. It's pretty good. I agree. 3 balls, 1 strike in the bottom of the 6th inning. Baldwin is 2 for 3. Here's the 3-2, or the next pitch. That's taken for ball 3. Three-two pitch on the way. Hits up high and inside for ball 4. So there's a walk with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. When we go to the top of the 7th, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard and look over some of the other scores around Major League Baseball. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone, dude. JG, that ball went flying. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. Hunter Goodman just hit his 36th homer. Now imagine if that man was not on the IL. Just saying. Do you want to pitch to Acuna? That ball is fouled away. And it goes into the second deck. Do you guys have a favorite ballpark food? Tell you what, those hot dogs at Wrigley Field, those ones were pretty good. The ones that I got, those were good. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. That's taken down for ball 2. You get some really good food at the ballpark. I know it's expensive, but there's some really good stuff. Are you the type of person that gets popcorn at the ballpark? I'm not a cotton candy guy. I think I've said that a lot on here. I'm really not. I'm not really a cotton candy type of a guy. But I like the salt pretzels. I can't lie. I could actually go for one right now. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the mustard on the salt pretzel. Or the cheese. It's clutch. 2-1 pitch. This is popped foul and out of play. So that's now a 2-2 count. Folks, if you're still tuning on in, thank you all so much again for being on here. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. 5-3 Atlanta, bottom of the 6th. Runner over at first. And 1 out. Ronald Acuna Jr. is in the batter's box. 29 pitches for Eric Lauer. Lauer gets set and fires. The pitch is up high for ball 3. I enjoyed talking to you too, Scott. I really did. If the Rockies GM gets rid of Goodman, he should be banned from the game in any capacity. Shouldn't even be allowed to attend as a fan, says Morty. I wanted him. I've been wanting him for a while, Morty. You know me. You know me. 3-2 pitch. That's fouled away. They gotta... The thing is... Like, the thing is, Morty, is do you even trust the Rockies GM to build around them? Do you even trust him to build a team around Hunter Goodman? That's my question to you. So I think it should just be fired, period. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And there's out number 2. Ronald Acuna Jr. is down on strikes. And there's 2 away. Rockies GM. Their GM is Josh Burns. I mean, he was hired. He was hired last year. I'm so sorry. Why did I say? I'm sorry. I take back my comments. I take back my comments. Because I forgot that they fired their other GM. Never mind. The pitch, that's taken outside for a ball. Yeah, after half a season, he should go. No. 1 ball, no strikes. I forgot that they let go of, what's his name? 1-0 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And now it's 1-1. Miss the dollar dog night at the bank. I do too. Philly Pretzel Factory has the best soft pretzels, in my opinion. Oh, absolutely they do. Oh, absolutely they do. I mean, is that even a debate? The 1-1 pitch. That's up high for ball 2. He should be fired, period. You brought in some good players. I forgot that they fired their GM last year. That's what I forgot. They gave Jordan Romano a walkout light. They did. They did. They keep getting the Phillies replacements. They got Michael Lorenzen and Jordan Romano. That's true. 2-1 pitch. It's outside for ball 3. I forgot that there's still some Phillies guys over there. 3 balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 6th, 2 outs and a runner over at first. Olsen is up, the 3-1 pitch, and it's outside for ball 4, and 2 runners are on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's a fastball down the middle for a called strike. 0-1 is the count. No balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. That's fouled away. I went to my first Phillies game in 1960 at Connie Mack. What game was it? Who did they play? What's happening with the Dodgers, bro? They're losing. They're down 5-3. 2 outs, 2 runners on. The 0-2 pitch, that's outside for a ball. No, I mean, Roki Sasaki got taken out of the game. He had a blister, so that really changed a lot for them. It did. And Eric Lauer had to come on in. Before that, they had another pitcher that was in too. 1-2 pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Speaking of GMs, I know you can't take Dombrowski, but he did sign Schwarber number 2 on your earlier list behind the Babe. He got Luzardo and, of course, a rise. Some credit, maybe a little. No way, no how, as Rob Parker would say. I can't. I can't do it, Morty. I can't. I can't do it. The 2-2 is fouled away. Look, he's had some good moves, but at the same time, he's had some horrendous moves. He has. And our farm system is not good. He's known as destroying farm systems. And our farm system has really not been good. The 2-2 pitch, that's a foul ball. I will say, though, to his credit, getting Jesus Luzardo was a great move. Derek Hill was a good move. Brandon Marsh was a good move. I didn't want Kyle Schwarber back to begin with. I wanted them to get Ranger back. That's what I wanted them to do. So I sort of hold that against him. That's part of what I hold against him. The 2-2 pitch, that's down for ball 3. I really wanted them to get Ranger back. That's what I wanted. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. 2 runners on. 3-2 is the count to Dubon. Why am I not the biggest fan of Dave Dombrowski? Because he kept running it back. And the team, why continue to bring back Kevin Long? Why continue to bring back Rob Thompson? There was not really a change in the philosophy, and he kept bringing back platoon guys in the outfield when they needed a right-handed bat and they needed to try to get some more offense and help out there, and he never did that. And I hold that as a grudge against him. He inherited a trash farm system. That is true. I will give you that. All right, I'll actually give you that. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And here's the pitch on the way. Fouled away. Bad signings. Max Kepler. That was certainly one of them. Gibbsboro, thank you so much for the raid over on Twitch. I appreciate it. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. I did not like the Kepler signing. I also do not like the Trey Turner signing. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The pitch. Fouled away. What else have I not liked about Dave Dombrowski? I don't know. I don't want to make this into taking a dump on Dave. I don't want to do that. I didn't plan on doing that this stream. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch. That's fouled off. There might be a day, though, where I might do it, Morty. And if I do it, and if there is a parade down Broad Street, I did say this before, I will try to find a shirt that says, "I'm sorry, Dave." And I will wear that to the parade. I will wear that to the parade. I promise. If they go all the way, "I'm sorry, Dave" is going to be the shirt. I have said that. 3-2 is fouled away. I'm not saying he's been great, but he's brought in some really good players. He has brought in some good players. I agree. Arise was a great player to pick, for them to get. Now, they have to keep Arise. They do. They have to find a way to make sure that they keep him around. I don't want him going anywhere. Have a good night, my friend. 3-2 pitch. That's a foul ball, and it goes on out of play. Thank you so much for the redirect, buddy. I really appreciate it. You are the man. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away, bottom of the 6th. 2 runners on. 3-2 is the count. This has been a 13-pitch at-bat to Mauricio Dubon. Wild. Lauer fires in the 3-2 pitch. He flies this one out towards shallow right field. Tucker is there, makes the grab, and we're ready to go to the top of the 7th inning. The day will be right after you finally get over the maddeningly pinch-hitting Sosa from Marsh. There's definitely some things I have held a grudge against certain people. That's one thing that I've held against Don Mattingly, or that I did hold against Don Mattingly for a little bit of time. I've been over it. I actually didn't even think about it till you just said it, to be honest with you. But, yeah, I don't know. Now I'm not over it, I guess. Dude, why would you take out... okay, yeah, I'm not over it. I just lied to myself. Why would you take out your best hitter, like, on your team? Why would you take out your best hitter on your team with the bases loaded? Like, it didn't make any sense. If that was Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, you wouldn't do it. But you did it to Brandon Marsh, and he was your hottest hitter on your team. That's stupid. Oh, it's so bad. You got me fired up now, Morty. You did your job. Good for you. Good for you. I got to give you that. I need a sip of Gatorade after all that. Yeah, that was stupid. You don't take out your best player. He was your best hitter. And then it worked out in the second at-bat. Everybody's going to say, well, Edmundo Sosa hit a home run. No, it was the second at-bat. It was the second at-bat, bro. That's what it was. Ashburn was the leadoff hitter, and he won a couple of batting titles. He did. What are we talking about? Schwarber batting in the leadoff spot? That's going to be a debate for the rest of time. It is. That's going to be a debate for the rest of time, for sure. I will say that Nick Castellanos, the signing for that, I don't think that was Dave's fault. Like at the moment in time, I will say this: I was more excited about the signing of Nick Castellanos than I was with the Kyle Schwarber stuff. I have to admit that. I did say that before. I don't know if you guys remember me saying that. But I really was excited about the Castellanos signing. I was happy with the Schwarber signing at first in 2022. But I was really excited about Nick Castellanos. They got... those two guys at that time were the best free agents available. They were. Ohtani is up in the pitch. That's a line drive down the right field line. It's a fair ball, and Shohei Ohtani is going to take a wide turn over at first, and now he's going to go on over to second, and the throw over to second is not in time. Wow, he was like, I dare you, Acuna. I dare you to try to gun me out there. And Walt Weiss is, I don't know why he put the hand up for a sec. Did he think that maybe it was a foul ball? No, that's a fair ball, dude. That ball hit the line. It's funny because he stopped right as he rounded first, and then he decided to go to second. Here's the pitch to Freddie Freeman. That's a line drive hit over towards left field, and that gets down for a base hit. And Ohtani's going to stop at third. There's pressure on Atlanta right now. Back-to-back base hits for the Dodgers. Runners at the corners. Top of the 7th. It's Mookie Betts' turn. Let's go, Fires! Come on! Boy, oh boy. You know what happened? So when Shohei Ohtani was over at first, Acuna was saying to himself, check to see if that was challenged, and he never threw the ball in. That's what happened. So that's why Ohtani went over to second. He's like, all right, I dare you to beat me now because you didn't throw the ball in. He had a mental lapse there. What the heck? Mookie Betts is up to bat. And here's the pitch. That's a foul ball. See, if that happened to the Philadelphia Phillies, he'd be getting crushed. He would be getting crushed. He didn't know if that ball was fair or not. And so he said, check to see if that was a fair ball, but he never threw the ball back into second base. What are you doing? Throw the ball back in first, buddy. 1-1 pitch. That's up high for ball two. Dodgers got to make him pay after that. See, that's part of the reason why I wish that we can get like an aerial view, but obviously can't, because then we'd be able to see that. 2-1 pitch. That's a line drive out to left center. That gets down for a hit as well. Ohtani jogs on home. Betts gets on with a single. The throw back to first is not in time. Runners are at the corners, and Betts comes through. Mookie Betts with an RBI single out to center field. And by the way, chat, there's still nobody out. Still nobody out. Jeremy Hefner is going to go out there to have a word with Dylan Lee. Let's go. One more, then we're tied. Oh, let's go. It's getting good now, chat. Oh, it's getting good. I was waiting for the moment, and when it gets good, it gets good. Fuentes is warming up in the bullpen right now. It's Didier Fuentes. By the way, the Orioles were up 7-0 against the Cardinals. It's now 7-6. And the tying run for the Cardinals is at third. Here's the pitch. That's down for a ball. I still can't believe that Ronald Acuna Jr. never threw the ball back over to second base, and he was like looking at the dugout saying, check to see if that was a fair ball. And Ohtani's like, all right, you're just not going to throw it back over to second? I'm just going to run. That was such a bad mental mistake. He's done that like plenty of times. 1 ball, no strikes to Max Muncy. The 1-0 pitch to Max. That's a called strike. And it's 1-1. Come on. The toss back over to first, and the throw is not in time. You just see some weird things happen in baseball. You really do. Tie up the baby. Lee gets set and deals, and the pitch is way up high. Sean Murphy had to get into a standing position and catch that thing. And it's now 2-1. I agree about Casty. The manager should just left him alone. That's where the Phillies' trouble started, says Mr. Tony. The 2-1 pitch, that's way inside for ball 3. Oh, I disagree about that. That I disagree about. I'm just saying that when he first came to the Phillies, I was super excited about that. I really thought that he was going to pan out well as a Philadelphia Phillies player. He just never really had, like, a good overall season. 3-1 pitch, here it is, inside for ball 4. The bases are juiced, let's go! And there's still nobody out. ice is... What's up, buddy? What's going on, man? Fist pump to you. Mark tapping on in from Philly. What's up, Mark? Good to see you as well. Who else is still here? Who else is still here? Drop those fuegos down below. Oh, man. I know that Morty is still here. Ryan is tapping on in from Nevada. What's up, Ryan? Good to see ya. You know me, Justin. Yes, sir. I didn't even have one sip until you came on because it was frozen, and then it just melted. It literally did melt. All the ice pretty much melted after you came on. You did it, buddy. You melted the ice. You broke the ice. Okeechobee, Florida. What's up, Blisk? How you doing? Anthony's also here. What's up, Anthony? Lou's also here. Madagascar. Michael, tuning on in. What's up, Michael? Oh, man. Play by play with JJ. Thank you so much for calling this game. Of course. Of course. We're having fun. Here's Tommy Edman. Didier Fuentes on the bump. And the first pitch to Tommy Edman is in there for a strike. Fuentes, 47 games, a 2.51 ERA, 74 strikeouts, and 57 innings. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That's down for a ball. Went to the slider, and it didn't work. 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's go. Charge! The 1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. Went to the fastball. Edman is a .327 hitter with the bases loaded. He has hit 2 grand slams in his career. We saw 1 in the playoffs. 2-1 pitch, and that's up high for ball 3. Nowhere to put Tommy Edman. There's Freeman at third, Betts at second, and Muncy at first. The 3-1 pitch, and that's a called strike of the knees. And back to the fastball. Kyle Tucker is in the on-deck circle. 3-2. Dodgers knocking on the doorstep. The 3-2 pitch. It's high and away. We're tied. 5-5 out in Atlanta. King Tuck is up. Fuentes kicks, delivers, and a called strike at the knees. This is a guy who, honestly, heading on into this game, hadn't even walked a batter in the month of August. Didn't walk 1 batter in August in 12 innings. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off. And it's 0-2. We're tied at 5 on an RBI walk by Tommy Edman. He's been the MVP for the Dodgers so far today. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, and Tucker gets a piece of it and stays alive. That was at 98 miles per hour. The Cardinals tied it up at 7. The Orioles had a 7-0 lead, and the Cardinals tied it at 7. 0-2 pitch to Tucker. Fly ball hit out over to left field. Is it going to be deep enough? The catch is made by Thomas, and holding up over at third base is Mookie Betts. And that was probably smart. He would have been gunned out. Thomas actually had a pretty good throw. So there's 1 out. Betts holds up at third, and Thomas is the next man up. They're at a double play depth on the infield. The pitch, there's a ground ball hit over to second. The throw, the shortstop, there's 1. The throw to first, there's 2. And that is how the inning ends. So they had bases loaded with nobody out. They tied it up on a bases loaded walk, but the Dodgers can't take the lead. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 5-5, and the Braves are going to come on up to the plates. They got out of that. And the Dodgers shot themselves right in the foot. That is insane. That is insane. Wow. Just a reminder, do not spoil the game. Didn't mean to speak that into existence. This is the same team who blew a leadoff triple by Ohtani yesterday. Justin, it's all your fault, man. Everybody draw. No, I'm just kidding. It's not your fault, man. You're good. It's insane. How many high leverage situations has he been through? To be honest with you, I actually don't know. I don't want to give you misinformation. The Dodgers are 4 for 12 today with runners in scoring position. The Braves are 2 for 9. 2 for 9. You guys realize that when Ozzie Albies stole second base, that was just his 3rd stolen base of the season. I'm kind of shocked. I always thought that Ozzie was going to turn on into like a 20 stolen base type of a guy, especially with the bigger bags. But it's just not worked out that way. That was just his 3rd steal. Last year he had 14 stolen bases and 17 opportunities and 603 at-bats. So, yeah, he played every day. Year before that, 399 at-bats. And he stole 8 times. He was 8 for 9. That's crazy, though. They could not get another run there. Keep the ball game tied till the 17th, and everybody will get warmed out. Let's go. Michael really wants this to go 17 innings because he wants JJ to stay up late. That's why. That's why he wants it to go 17 innings, and I'm cool with it. I mean, that's totally fine. I am totally fine. Bro, why do you want to be evil and make the players sweat for their lives, says JG? Because they're both enemies. They're both enemies, JJ. We don't like the Dodgers and we don't like the Braves as Phillies fans. The pitch. And that is in there for a strike. Hope everyone gets beat up and worn out for 17 innings. Just get to all their bullpens. Or, yeah, just get the bullpen pieces out. JG says, I want to stay up late. There you go. Albies is one of the most non-athlete looking dudes out there, but he's a great player. That's a good I agree with that, actually. I do. He's just a good overall player. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. That's a fly ball hit out over to left field. That ball's going back towards the track, and it is caught in front of the wall by Teoscar. What a nice jumping catch by Teoscar Hernandez. The ball died at the track. Michael Harris II took that thing all the way towards the Xfinity sign out in left field, and Teoscar Hernandez just said, "Look what I got." And he tracked it down, reached his glove out, made the catch, and just jumped into the wall. 1 out, bottom of the 7th, and the pitch is way outside for ball 1 to Ozzie Albies. Speaking of Albies, he's up to bat now. He's 0 for 2. 1-0. What a spectacular catch by Teoscar. Here's the pitch. That's a line drive, base hit out to right field. Ozzie Albies gets on with a 1-out single, lines it out to right, and he is aboard. This is Evan Phillips, by the way, who's pitching for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And Albies got that thing right over towards the outside corner. The ball stayed up. I always hate it when you're watching the game, and I'm sure this feels the same way to the pitchers, but when a ball just stays up and it's supposed to go down, it's like, come on, man. The pitch. And that's in there for a strike. What's been the most extra innings played in a game since the Ghost Runner has been implemented? I'll tell you what the best one was. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch. And that's down for a ball. I don't know what the most was. You can look that up for me. But the best one was Brewers and A's. That game was unbelievable. 1-1 pitch. Grounder, hit over towards second. The throw to shortstop, there's 1. The throw to first, not in time. It's a 4-6 fielder's choice. 2 outs. That was an absolute beatdown. It was 15-14 in that game. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. JJ, you have off tomorrow, and I just want both of these teams to go long and wear out. I might be able to come back on tomorrow. I don't know. Don't rule it out. No balls, 1 strike. The toss back over to first, and the throw is not in time. Wishing injuries on athletes, now that's evil. Yes, I agree. I do not wish injury upon anybody. I don't care who you are, an athlete or anybody like that. The pitch. It's fouled off. But yeah, that Brewers-A's game earlier this year, 15-14, that was ridiculous. O2 pitch. It's down for a ball. It was, in that game, it was 8-4 Milwaukee going on into the 5th inning. The 1-2 pitch, here it is, outside and low for ball 2. Here's the throw to second, and Thomas dives in there safely. So he is now in scoring position. Austin Riley is up in a base hit, gives the Braves the lead back. So it's 8-5 A's going on into the 5th inning. And then the game itself ended up being, what was it, 9-10, 10-8. It was 10-10 going on into the 10th inning. Next pitch, now it's 3-2. It was really 10-7 going on into the 8th inning, and then the Brewers put up a run, and then they put up 2 runs in the 9th, and they tied it up 10-10. Next pitch on the way, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And now we go to the 8th inning, all tied up at 5. So it was 10-10 going on into the 10th inning, and then the Brewers put up 4 runs. They were up 14-10, and the A's were down to their final strike like a lot of times. Then they tied it up 14-14, and the Brewers won 15-14 in the 12th inning. That was like insane. That was absolutely insane. That was definitely by far my favorite extra inning game with the Ghost Runner. Oh, that was so sick. All right, so let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard right now, shall we? Yeah. All right, so the Brewers are absolutely killing the Mets 8-1. That game is in the top of the 9th inning. The White Sox are beating the Texas Rangers 6-2, so I'm sure that our Seattle fans that are still here are happy to hear about that. Orioles and Cardinals are tied at 7 apiece. The Rays shut out the Tigers. 3-0 was the final score of that game. Cleveland, they won 4-3 against the Angels. And the Phillies, of course, won 6-0 against the Mariners today. The Marlins, they shut out Boston 4-0. Sonny Gray got the loss. I guess that good teams can lose to the bad teams, right? Marlins have not been good over the last couple of weeks. And then the Rockies, they slaughtered the Nationals today 13-1, as Callie mentioned. The Blue Jays shut out the Royals 3-0. Also, the Diamondbacks, they shut out the Cubs 2-0, and the Padres shut out the Pirates 3-0. Cincinnati did win 10-9 out in San Francisco against the Giants today. The Twins, they have a 3-0 lead. That's in the bottom of the 3rd right now. Yankees are playing the Astros. 7-3 is the score in the bottom of the 8th inning out at Yankee Stadium. And any night games, any West Coast games? I don't think so. No. No other late starts. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. And Teoscar looks at strike 1. Fuentes attacks the zone. 0-1 is the count. It's 9:53 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And turn on the bell icons. 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Just a bit outside for ball 1. That makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. We still got 117 people tapping on in. That is incredible. The 1-1 pitch to Teoscar. Fouled off, and we'll do it again. We're at 85 likes. 85 likies. I'll never say that again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was cringe. 1-2 pitch. This is a tapper. Hit over to third base. Barehanded by Riley, and he's going to have to eat it up. Teoscar gets on with an infield single. And the go-ahead run is over at first. Petrucci is in the box. Fuentes is ready to pitch, and the first pitch is down for a ball. Runner did not go, and Federici did show bunt, but he took it back. 1 ball, no strikes. Hunter's 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and an RBI. The 1-0 pitch. This is bunted over towards the left side of the mound. And no throw made over to second because Teoscar got there in plenty of time. The throw over to first. That's in time for out number 1. Fuentes was like, yep, I'm not going to be able to get the out there. No, you weren't. He wasn't running before the pitch was even thrown. As soon as the ball was bunted, he ran for his life over to second base. And so there's 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Ohtani is up with a runner at second. The pitch. Here it is. Inside and low for ball one. Come on, chat. George! Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Ohtani. Swing and a miss. That fastball was down Broadway. Fuentes was like, I dare you to catch up to my fastball. And Ohtani was tardy. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch to Shohei. Fouled off. And we'll do it again. He got a fastball and actually had a good cut that time. How would you feel if some people were celebrating, dancing around because you're hurt? Think about that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that, man. That would suck. We don't wish injury upon anybody. 1-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. Look at what good teams do, sacrifice bunt. What's the word, chat? What are those 2 words? Small ball. 1-2 pitch. And a backdoor slider thrown there. It's down for ball 2. Ohtani's hitting .299 with runners in scoring position. 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 7 homers. 2-2 to Ohtani. Grounded over towards shortstop. Teoscar will head on over to third. The throw to first base just gets Shohei Ohtani out by a step. And there's 2 away. I was a little bit concerned because I thought maybe Teoscar went a little bit early there, but when I looked at the replay that they showed right on the 3D, he got there in plenty of time. 2 outs, runner at third. Even for the sake of gamemanship. Absolutely, for sure. Perhaps Turner can lay one down. Is it that he can't do it? Yeah. I've seen him pop up bunts plenty of times. I have. Go watch Trey Turner popping up bunts. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. The pitch is outside for a ball. To Mookie Betts. Turner scrambles eggs and makes bunt cakes. Just kidding. 1-0 pitch. That's up high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to Mookie Betts. The 2-0 pitch, and it's outside for ball 3. That was at 96 miles per hour. I mean, these pitches, again, are just not close. You got Muncy up next. The 3-0 pitch on the way, inside for ball 4. That's a little bit closer, but Betts walks and the bases are juiced for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Still tied at 5. Turner bunts in the infield. Fly rule has been called. It's 1 out. Here we go. Timeout on the mound here. This game is it's about 2 hours and 45 minutes old. It's a 5-5 tie. We're in the top of the 8th. 2 outs, bases loaded. You're making bank at time and a half for overtime today. Thanks for this. Of course, buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you again for all the love and the support. So here we go. The only guys that haven't gotten a hit today are Thomas, Tucker, and Muncy. That can change on one swing here for Max. And the pitch. That's down for a ball. Slider was down at 86. It was in the dirt. Fuentes. trying to get out of this nightmare. 1-0 pitch on the way to Muncy, and he gets a good grip on it, but fouls it off. Timed it well. Action going on in the Braves bullpen right now. Can't tell who that is warming up. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 the max. It's way inside for ball 2. Wasn't intentional, but man, that fastball zipped way inside. And he did dodge out of the way. 2 balls, 1 strike to Muncy. The 2-1 pitch, here it is. It's outside for ball 3. The fastball reached 95 miles per hour. Edman tied it up with a bases-loaded walk. Muncy at the plate now with the bases loaded with 2 outs. 3-1 pitch, and Muncy fouls it back towards the screen. He got a fastball there. I thought you cursed too. I did. I was like, man, Morty has a filter. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Muncy in the box. The 3-2 pitch, and Muncy stays alive. Fouled the fastball right off of his front foot. And Bat Boy is going to go give the umpire some more baseballs. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 8th. Bases loaded. 2 outs. 3-2 to Muncy. The pitch of the ball game. Here it is. Foul ball again. He's getting some really good cuts on these fastballs. I will say that. That one was towards the outside corner, and he just spoiled it foul. Macaroni and cheese. Those are good 2 words. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Here it is. That's a line drive. Foul ball. Oh, man. Threw him a fastball right that stayed up towards the inside corner. He did a good job moving his hands and just squaring up the bat there. Muncy is 3rd in the National League in RBIs since August 5th. The 3-2 pitch to Max. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He went chasing after a slider that was off the plate. And Fuentes gets out of the nightmare situation. And for the 2nd inning in a row, the Dodgers leave the bases loaded. Wow. Part of me is like, oh my gosh, that's wild. The other part of me is like, come on, beat those Braves. That is insane. You can't do JJ wrong. That's a bar. Dude, that pitch was about a foot off the plate, and he chased after it. It's like one of those pitches where when you're a pitcher, like you gotta feel super confident that he's gonna chase after that. If that's what you're gonna do, and he threw it right on purpose, he's like, all right, you know, he's timing up these fastballs well. I'm gonna throw him the slider now, and I'm not even gonna put it near the plate. And guess what? It worked. It worked. This is good info to have if the Phillies face the Dodgers later on, says Justin. Absolutely. They got it. You know, man, I really wonder, and I'm happy that you brought this up, because part of me wonders, okay, you know, you hear about film sessions in basketball. You hear about it in football too. Obviously, they watch a lot of stuff on the iPad, you know, after every single at-bat, and they use that. I understand. But, like, what really goes into a film session for baseball when you're studying your opponent? Nobody, like, really... That's, like, a question that I would really like to dissect and really like to understand. You know? Because nobody asked that type of a question. And I feel like that has to be, like, really important, especially in baseball. With the way that the game is played now. Like, how do teams study? Like, I don't know. Like, how much prep, like, really goes... How much prep do they actually do when it comes to, like, watching footage of what happened the night before? You know? Murphy is up to bat. And the first pitch, he dribbles this one down the third base line, and that is a fair ball. Sean Murphy just gets on with an infield single. Max Muncy did let it roll, and it just stayed fair. And Murphy is going to have a pinch runner come on in for him. And he just let it hit the third base bag. Was not going to roll foul. Just stayed on the line. And Drake Baldwin, like, that was inches from going foul. Drake Baldwin is the next man up, which means that Baldwin would probably come on in to catch, and they would have to lose the DH. Unless they have a backup. Let's see. No, they don't. So Baldwin is up. Runner at first. Pitch. It's way up high and inside for a ball. They're looking at themselves, not the opponent. Well, see, that's why I'm asking that. Because, like, you know, do they really study their opponent? Like, that's a question that I really would ask. Because it seems like from what you watch on TV and what you hear from the media, that they don't necessarily emphasize those questions, and therefore one could assume that they just don't look at other teams' footage. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. It's up high. This will be challenged by Fiducia. And is it a strike? It's a ball. It was a ball by about 0.8 inches. So the Dodgers lose an ABS challenge. They're now out of ABS challenges, my friends. The Braves have won. I really want extra innings until 2 a.m. Let's go. 2-0 pitch. That's a fly ball out over to right field, but it's going to stay in the yard. It bounces off the bottom of the wall. Here's the throw to second by Tucker. The throw is not in time. It was a great throw. It did take one bounce right over to Mookie Betts' way, and there's a double. So a single by Murphy and a double by Baldwin. It's tarps off out in Atlanta. Man, it's crazy. The ball just was smacked out to right field. Tucker made a really good throw, but Baldwin got a very good read on that. Slid in there feet first. And now Acuna is up. The pitch, that's way up high and inside for ball 1. Ronald Acuna Jr., 0 for 4 with a strikeout, which came back in the 6th inning. Forgot to mention that Brock Stewart is pitching. 1-0 pitch. Here it is. That's in there for a strike. Opening up early, being late on or early on pitches, etc. at the plate. Look at opponent's arms. Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. And that's up high for ball 2. And obviously it's important to watch film on yourself. Obviously, like that goes without saying, but And again, I'm not saying that they don't watch film on other guys, but it seems like that it's just not emphasized enough from the media. 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Halladay had a multifaceted approach against his opponent based upon their individual tendencies. You're right. He did. The 2-2 pitch to Acuna. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Ronald Acuna Jr. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Also had a blunder out in right field. Two and 2 is the count. Nobody out. Bottom of the 8th. Brock Stewart gets set and fires. And that's on the outside corner for a called strike 3, but Acuna will challenge. I will say it looked a little bit outside. It did. But again, it's ABS. Yes, okay, ABS does confirm. And Acuna is correct. That was outside by an inch. 17th inning, Dodgers win. Time him out. Just kidding. 3-2 pitch to Acuna, and he gets a good piece of the slider. Fouls it off. Brock Stewart trying to get the first out here and not give up a run. Not a lot of breathing room, that's for sure. 3-2 pitch. This is grounded over towards first. It's a soft ground ball, and Freeman checks the runner over at third, and they'll just take it over to the bag all by himself. Thought about maybe tagging Acuna, but then just kept his eyes on the runner and just went back over to first and got the out that way. Really good battle there by Brock Stewart. Threw him a fastball that tailed towards the inside part of the plate, and it jammed him. And Acuna didn't necessarily see that coming. So now they're going to intentionally walk Olsen. That was what they wanted, and that was also what they were hoping for. So Olsen is now going to get walked, and up next is Dubon. Now, I will say Dubon has had himself a great day today. So he's been driving in runs. But you got to pick your poison here. And here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Dubon has never hit a grand slam. 64 career at-bats with the bases loaded. 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball hit over towards shortstop. It's flipped over to second for 1. The throw to first is in time for a double play. Mookie Betts, the ball bounced off of his glove as he tried to make the diving stop. Luckily enough, Tommy Edman was at second base, and the ball rolled on over to him, and he just picked it up, and he threw it over to first, and the inning is over. Oh my gosh. These teams are just allergic to bases loaded situations. That's insane. That was luck for Mookie Betts. I don't think he did that on purpose. It bounced off of his glove. Couldn't get it in there, and it deflected right over to Tommy Edman. That's insane. That goes down as a 6-4-3 double play anyways. That should get an assist for it. Or yeah, Edmund should get an assist for that. I know that they actually have assists, but that's like a hockey assist, you know? It's pretty wild. It is time for us to go to the next inning, which is the 9th. Where are we tapping on in from? The tension is high. How do we get here, JJ? Oh, that's a great question. We'll catch you up as we are ready to go to the 9th inning. Here we go. So Matt Olson ended up hitting a home run in the bottom of the first to make it 1-0 Atlanta. Hunter Fiducia had himself an RBI single to tie it up at 1. Here's Tommy Edman, by the way. The pitch is up high for a ball. Get to the new pitcher in just a few moments. Tommy Edman also had himself a 2-run shot in the top of the third. 3-1. Austin Riley then made it 3-2 on a sac fly. Baldwin had himself a 2-run double. Next pitch is fouled away. And Sean Murphy hit a solo home run. That made it 5-3 Atlanta. And then in the 7th inning, Betts had an RBI single to make it 5-4. Edman got on with a bases-loaded walk, made it 5-5. The 1-1 pitch fouled off. The Dodgers had bases loaded in the 7th. They just got 1 run on the RBI walk by Edman. And then in the 8th inning, they had bases loaded again, and they couldn't get a run home. And the Braves, same thing in the bottom of the 8th inning. They had bases loaded with 1 out. Runners at second and third with nobody out. Betts was laughing. He said something over to the third base coach because, again, he made a play. The ball bounced off the tip of his glove, and it went over to second base. It just rolled right over to Tommy Edman, and they ended up getting the double play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Drake Baldwin is catching. The Braves just lost the DH. Medeiros is on the bump. The 2-2 pitch, here it is, and it's high for ball 3. Victor Medeiros with a 3.42 ERA, 18 games, a 2-1 record, and 23 innings, 23 strikeouts on the season. 3-2 to Tommy. This ball's popped up in the foul ground, and it's going to go into the seats. A lot of action in this one so far. 5-5 is the score. Braves took game 1 of the series 4-3. That was last night. Michael may have some power over this one. 5 runs on 10 hits for the Dodgers. 5 runs on 12 hits for the Braves. The 3-2 pitch to Edman. Another foul ball. And that goes out of play. I will tell you, both teams have been working up these pitchers' pitch counts today. Roki Sasaki left the game with a blister. That was back in the 4th inning, if you remember. 3 in the 3rd, he went. 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 3-2 pitch, and Edman looks at a slider down the middle for a called strike 3. Oh, my gosh. That was actually a cutter, but still, Edman, it was right there for you. And there's out number 1, and he strikes out looking on the 9th pitch. And Kyle Tucker is up next. Tucker's 0 for 4. The pitch, high at 98 miles per hour for ball 1. Kyle Tucker has had a disappointing season as a Dodger. Just 11 homers and 57 RBIs. The 1-0 pitch, here it is. Inside and low for ball 2. Tucker is 5 for his last 20. And also 15 for his last 73. 2 balls, no strikes to Kyle Tucker. Medeiros kicks, fires, swing and a miss. And that cutter just tailed inside again. His cutter, I will say, Medeiros has a lot of wicked movement with that cutter. I remember somebody who used to have a wicked cutter, and then just, it's gotten flat over time. And that's Jose Alvarado. 2-1 pitch. That's fouled away. I miss those filthy cutters that Alvarado used to throw. And the guy would reach 102 on the four-seamer, but those cutters were nasty. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Tucker. Here's the 2-2. Down and inside for ball 3. It was at 95 miles per hour. Three balls, 2 strikes. Medeiros with pitch number 15. Here it comes. And Tucker flies this one out to shallow left field. Riley gets called off, but then calls off the left fielder and makes the grab. Just able to make the catch there. Him and Thomas had to communicate, and Thomas sort of slowed up, and Riley got to it and made the grab for out number 2. Left fielder has to take charge there, but Riley was a little bit closer to the ball, but they found a way to make it work. Thomas is up, and Thomas looks at ball 1 in the dirt. Tapping in from the 16th inning, working back at the 9th. 1 ball, no strikes to Alec Thomas. Here's the 1-0, fouled away at 98 miles per hour. One, here it is. Fouled away. So the Dodgers have gone to Henriquez, Lauer, Phillips, and Stewart out of the bullpen today. And the Braves have gone to Dodd, Lee, Fuentes, and Medeiros. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. That's outside for ball 2. The Braves bullpen today has given up 2 earned runs in a total of 3 2/3 of an inning. 5 hits, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss, and Thomas is down on strikes. And just like that, Medeiros is all fired up. He just threw a couple of fist pumps in the air, did a little squat as well, and we are ready to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Wow, he celebrated he had a pretty big celebration there, it looked like. We're ready to go to the bottom of the 9th inning out in Atlanta. The Braves will try to walk it off. The Dodgers will try to force it to extra innings. Boy, oh boy. Okay. The Braves bullpen today, well, we just mentioned them, but the Dodgers bullpen, excuse me, they've gone a total of 4 2/3. They've given up 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and they've struck out just 3 batters. So the Braves today have struck out 6 times. The Dodgers have also struck out 6 times. So there you go. JJ, why couldn't the Phillies do what they did tonight for me last night? Why couldn't the Phillies do what they did? Because they just I don't know. They just had a bad day. It was just a weird way to lose. You know, like they just weren't competitive out there. And then today, I'll be honest with you, they did their job in the first 2 innings. But this was like a game that they won that sort of looked like the 2025 Philadelphia Phillies, like where they got the long ball working today, and then they just did nothing else afterwards. Now, it didn't come back to bite them, but I'm just saying that was sort of the case today. But a win is a win. You got to take the wins. It's not always going to be pretty wins. It's not always going to be how you want them. But, yeah, it was ridiculous. But they played great in those 9 games. So I like, you know, people are like, well, they lost the series. And I'm like, well, weren't they just on a 9-game winning streak? Weren't they just playing fundamentally sound baseball? Like, you're not going to do that all the time. It was a little bit annoying. But I don't know. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I think that they deserve to have a little bit of a leash after a 9-game winning streak, especially after, again, they were down to their final strike. Morty said 21 different times, and they came back against the Cardinals. That was their best comeback in the modern era, I would say. Like, and by modern era, I mean since the 2000s. That's definitely the greatest comeback that I've seen, down to your final out ever as a Phillies fan. Here's the pitch to Michael Harris. Swing and a miss. Tanner Scott is on the pitch. No balls. 1 strike.
Can you see
Harris in the box. The 0-1 to Michael. That's grounded over to first. Picked up by Freddie Freeman. It was hit sharply over to him. And he just tags the bag, and there's out number 1. We get a 10 from John Kowalski. Thank you so much, John. One out, bottom of the 9th. And Ozzy Albies is up. We'll read your super chat in a second, my friend. Here's the pitch. And Albies pops it foul and out of play. Can you see the steps the Phils are taking? 5 Marlins, 4 Cardinals, 3 Diamondbacks, 2 Braves, 1 Dodgers. I see the steps. Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. Oh, 1 pitch. Here it is. That's outside and high for a ball. Like, they're winning the important games. They're beating the teams that they have to beat. They did that to the Cardinals. They did that to the Marlins. Now they're going to have to do it against the Diamondbacks next week. But they're beating the teams that they have to beat, for sure. Thank you so much for the 10, man. Give me a 10. There we go. That's like 4 10s. Here's 5 10s. High 10s. There we go. I should do that for every super chat that we get. That's a $5 super chat or a $10 super chat. Anybody want a 10? There you go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch to Ozzy Albies. And that's fouled away. Ozzy Albies has put up good numbers against Tanner Scott throughout his career. He's 5 for 13. The switch hitter batting on the right side. Scott's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Who struck him out? He went to a high fastball that was towards the eye level, and Ozzy Albies swung right through it. An ugly swing by Ozzy Albies right there, and he is down on strikes. 2 gone, bottom of the 9th. Ozzy Albies is down on strikes, and up next is Lane Thomas. The pitch on the way to Thomas, fouled off. Tanner Scott has put up a 2.36 ERA and 64 strikeouts in 53 innings. Last year, he was abysmal. This year, he's been pretty good overall. The pitch to Thomas, that's a line drive hit out to right field for a base hit, and Thomas will get himself a double here. That ball took a little bit of a weird kick and went out over towards the front side of the corner, and that is a 2-out double in the bottom of the 9th inning. The creativity is off the charts. I gotta do high fives when people give me a 5. That's what I gotta do. I like that. All right, that's not good. Now he has to throw from the stretch here. When's the pitcher due up? They're going to intentionally walk the next batter, and they will face Ha-Seong Kim. So Kim is going to pinch hit, and Mark Pryor is out there to go have a word with Scott now. So they walked Austin Riley to get to the pitcher, Medeiros, and Ha-Seong Kim is pinch hitting for him. Drake Baldwin's up next. Not surprised. Ha-Seong Kim is batting .066 with 4 RBIs. He has 5 hits in 76 at-bats. Pretty wild. Kim has had 1 career walk-off hit. It was a solo shot against the Diamondbacks. First pitch, that's way inside for ball 1. The last time that Ha-Seong played and had an at-bat was on August 15th. He had an RBI. 1-0 pitch to Kim, and it's high for ball 2. That Thomas double changes again. Changes everything. 2 balls, no strikes to Ha-Seong Kim. And Baldwin will be the final batter. 2-0 pitch, and that's way inside for ball 3. That was at 97. These pitches are not even close. Tanner has to get it together now. Three balls, no strikes. Dom Smith's the final man off the bench for the Braves. 3-0 pitch, here it is, and that's a called strike. He just got it towards the top of the zone at 97. It just barely reached the top. Scott gets set, kicks, fires, and it's popped up right behind home plate, but it'll go out of play. And now it's 3-2. All right, so he battled back. You throw him something off speed here and try to get him to chase? Or do you give him a fastball and try to test him out here? Scott's 3-2 pitch, here it comes, and it's fouled away. He did go to the fastball, and it was towards the left center part of the plate. He's gotten all fastballs in this at-bat, from 96 to 97 miles per hour. Winning runs at second. It's 5-5, bottom of the 9th. Dodgers trying to take this to extras. The 3-2 pitch on the way. It's popped up again, and another foul ball. Got back to the fastball at 96. And he's barely making contact with these pitches. Braves still have 1 ABS challenge left. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch to Ha-Seong Kim. That's a line drive, base hit out to left field. And so the throw to the plate is off the line, and the Braves walk it off. Thomas scores, and Ha-Seong Kim is the hero. 6-5 Atlanta. They walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. After having nobody on with 2 outs, Thomas gets a double. And that changed the entire inning right there. And Ha-Seong Kim is able to walk it off and gets himself his 2nd career walk-off base hit. And the Braves beat the Dodgers by a final score of 6-5. What a game. What a game. I'll tell you this, the Dodgers had so many opportunities. It reminded me of the Brewers this weekend out in Williamsport, where they just had so many chances and they just could not capitalize. And the Braves found a way to take the series. Ha-Seong Kim, a guy who had 5 hits and 76 at-bats, comes through in the clutch and gets himself a walk-off RBI single. Baseball. That is unbelievable. And that is how the game ends. Tell you what, too, Dave Roberts obviously did the right thing not facing Austin Riley. He's like, you know what, I'm going to take my chances with Ha-Seong Kim. Can't blame him for that. You cannot blame him for that. Just his 5th RBI of the season, and he is getting interviewed as the Braves celebrate and go back to the dugout. For Tanner Scott, we'll get you. I forget, how many losses is that now for him? He's now 1-5. Medeiros is now 3-1, and he is the winner of the game. That's insane. I wanted to see the pitch that he got again. Looks like it looked like that he got another four-seamer that was down at the knees, and he didn't even have to like go reaching for it. He just flinged it out to left. Knew exactly where it was going to be and stayed right on that pitch. That is crazy. What a way to end that. That's crazy. What a game. What a call. That's unbelievable. I'm stunned. I am stunned. Wow. 80 wins for the Dodgers. 78 for the Atlanta Braves. And that is how the game ends. So they're 4.5 games above the Philadelphia Phillies still. But right now, in the National League, the Atlanta Braves are just 2 games in back of the Dodgers. And they're 4 games in back of the Brewers for the best record in all of baseball. The Brewers did win today. So they have increased their lead against the Dodgers. The Dodgers are 2 games in back of Milwaukee. It's pretty insane. All right, folks. Well, thank you all so much for tuning on in. I really appreciate it. Callie says, imagine getting walked off by a guy batting .066. Callie, what do you say all the time? That's baseball. And I would tell you, even early on in that at-bat, Scott fell behind in the count 3-0. So he was already playing with fire. He backed himself into a wall right there. And then he finally was able to find the zone with 2 fastballs. Well, he found the zone eventually, but he was forced to just throw strikes the rest of the way. You know? And he didn't want to have to walk him to face Drake Baldwin. That's not what you really wanted there, even though it's a lefty on lefty. Analytics probably were really ticked off about that because of the lefty-lefty. So they ticked off the analytics team. Whatever. It is what it is. What a way to end it, though. So the Braves walk it off 6-5. The series will wrap up tomorrow night. I don't know if we're going to be able to cover it or not. I really don't. But I will definitely let you guys know. Folks, thank you again so much for tuning on in for all the coverage that we did today. We're going to send you guys off to Orioles Birdwatcher right now. The Orioles game currently is in the top of the 9th inning. So we're going to send you guys off to BW. Make sure that you guys go tell them that I said hello. And I will catch you all on the next one. All right? Lila Tove, have a great rest of your night. I know it's baseball, but just thought that's funny. No, absolutely. It is funny. Baseball is a funny sport, and that situation is funny too. It is. And Sean Murphy hit his first homer of the season as well. All right, love you guys. Lila Tove, have a great rest of your night. Catch you all in the next one.